Welcome to this week's edition of Santa Ana's only educational news and public information program, Education First, here on Channel 31. I'm Jeff Gothard. In our news briefs this week, Sierra Intermediate School students start a Learn and Earn program. David Esch visits the district-wide college night at Saddleback High School, and we have a follow-up story about the White House Conference on Hispanic Family Learning. Eighth graders at Sierra Intermediate School have something to look forward to at the end of their algebra classes. An Orange County law firm has provided them with a real incentive to score as high as they can. And CBS Television sent their news crew to see what's happening over there. Scott Feldman, an attorney from Kroll Mooring in Irvine, made a visit to Sierra Intermediate School recently to present 8th grade algebra students with a unique challenge. His Algebra Palooza program pits students against themselves in an effort to come up with their best possible improvement in algebra skills and test scores. Feldman remembered how tough math was for him when he was in school and wanted to provide tools for Santa Ana students to help them excel.
I am so thrilled to be here. This is our third year to do Algebra Palooza. And in the last 2 years, we've given away over $5,000 to 8th graders here at Sierra. We've done a good job at learning algebra, other subjects. This year, we're going to give away over $1,500 to the top students, those that learn algebra the best, in this class and the other class. Okay? So if all fit, we're going to have 15 winners. Okay? Total prizes are $1,500. I'll tell you all the details in a little bit. And if all the winners are in this class, then you guys will get all the money.
Special algebra workbooks are distributed to the students, and pop quizzes during the year keep students on their toes. It pays to be a good student at Sierra. Awards to top students start at $10 to $15 and range all the way up to $250. Students receive their awards during a special year-end presentation.
I'm going to score the best because I know I can do it, and I'm going to put all my effort into it.
I do, but it's hard for me. Yeah, and I guess with this book I'm going to keep on trying and do my best.
I think this program is good for all students because you have an opportunity to win $250 and you can buy anything you want with that money. I think this will also motivate students because they will work toward the money, which is the goal too. And this is what I think about Algebra Palooza.
Fellow attorney Teresa Lopez, also from Kroll Mooring, accompanied Scott Feldman and spoke to students about her own life, providing students with a clear picture of where working hard on their studies and going on to college could lead them.
I think probably one of the main reasons why it's important for companies and law firms like mine to come to the schools and to, get involved with the schools with programs like the Algebra Palooza is that a lot of times, kids from the inner city, like where I grew up, they don't have role models that can tell them this is how you get in college, this is how you study hard, this is how you get ahead in life. Maybe their parents can do that for them, but a lot of times these kids have parents who are working, long hours, maybe 2 jobs, both parents are working. I know mine did. And so they weren't around to ask questions as much. Plus they didn't go to college, so they couldn't answer questions for me like that. And, some kids, might be afraid to ask teachers or counselors, they just feel intimidated by them. And so when you have a company or a law firm or some other organization come into the classroom and give a presentation like this, it really benefits the children because then they have it right there in front of them, what they need to do.
Channel 31 was not the only channel interested in this story. A CBS Network TV crew from Katie Couric's news show arrived to do a story about the groundbreaking Algebra Palooza concept. Their story will air in mid-October on CBS News.
Scott Feldman, an attorney of the law firm, had written an op-ed piece in the LA Times about the rewards program at the school and the benefits of it. And so it just seemed like an interesting story, so we came over.
Students were excited about the possibility of getting cash awards for studying a little harder on algebra.
We depend on all the help we can get. Teachers work hard, students are working hard, and now we've got the community involved in helping us work hard with our kids, and we love it.
The young people here, they can relate to these adults that come in. It's one thing for a teacher to tell you, oh, study, it's important. We're teachers, and they've heard that, and they just, you know, coming from us, it's not as meaningful. But when a person who comes in and makes $400 an hour tells you that, then you believe it, and it starts to have meaning for you, and then you see possibilities. You see the possibilities. It's really hard for us to show them that, not coming from the community, being in, you know, in the school realm our whole lives, you know, for them to see that. But you can see when they hear these professionals, they see, aha, there is something out there for me, and I can do it.
Scott Feldman says that the award programs are being streamlined all the time and have been expanded to include a history palooza as well. Evidence has shown that when schools make partnerships with organizations and business people in the private sector, both sides benefit.
This is a great program. Incentives matter, and if these kids study, they can do great in algebra, which they have to do to be able to graduate from high school. Then they can go on to college. There's lots of scholarships for kids who do well in math, and then they can go on and have a very exciting, rewarding career and do really well for themselves. So we're very excited. We're pleased to be part of this private-public partnership, and we really hope that the parents will encourage their students to study and use the workbook we gave them so they can do great on this test and they can win some money.
Crowell Mooring's outreach to a Santa Ana Unified District school includes more than just sending money. Real people with real stories about their own struggles and success in school have adopted Sierra Intermediate and spent valuable time with the students in Ms. Kleinschmidt and Ms. Hendon's class, making a measurable difference in the lives of students growing up in our community. For our next story, David Esch took the Channel 31 cameras over to Saddleback High School to show us some highlights of this year's college fair.
Saddleback High School hosted its annual college night this fall to give students and their families information about pursuing a post-secondary degree.
Events like tonight are important because it gives the students in Santa Ana, the entire school district, the opportunity to meet representatives that they might not otherwise meet. Gives them exposure to colleges that they might not have considered otherwise.
I came here to come out tonight so I could find a good education, and so it'd be easier for me.
Representatives from University of California campuses, state universities, and community colleges were available to answer questions from matriculation to financial aid.
Well, I know that it sometimes doesn't seem like it's going to be cost effective to go to a private university because we do have a bigger price tag. However, there's a lot of financial aid to be had, not only state and federal aid that we do accept, but in addition to that, a lot of need-based aid that you're going to find at a lot of different private universities. In addition, a lot of times smaller universities are not impacted with different programs that are more popular at public universities, making it easier to get through in 4 years. So oftentimes, though it's more expensive per year, the number of students who have to do a 5-year program at larger universities is growing, and so smaller sometimes can be just as cost effective at that point.
Our most popular majors right now is biology, art, psychology, business, and wildlife, but those are our biggest, not necessarily. Yeah, it's very unique. Our location is, you know, kind of in a forest, so there's lots of unique things about the campus. So we have a lot of very unique science majors.
To see what colleges are out here and what I can actually go into and what's in the future for me.
I made it mandatory for my English classes to come tonight because it's the only time you really get to do shopping and ask questions that definitely pertain to your future, and it's the best way to do it.
You get more money when it comes down to the paycheck.
Specialized schools such as the Culinary Institute and art design schools were there to meet with interested students. Military recruiters from the 4 branches of the armed forces wanted to let these young people know what options they provided.
What we're doing here today is basically giving exposure, more information about the Marine Corps, what's going on, as offering another opportunity besides college and everything else, while also giving an opportunity what the military has to offer and all the educational and career plans that can happen through the Marine Corps and all the military services.
I want to go to the military because I think it's a very good opportunity for you to learn a lot of things, especially endurance.
I came out here tonight to spy on my daughter to see if she was really coming to college night. So I've been hiding behind people and under tables, and she really is here. And now she found out I was here, and now she's trying to ditch me.
45-minute seminars were held throughout the night to inform college-bound students about topics like SAT requirements and opportunities for athletes.
We're here to help out, provide information about when students need to take the standardized tests required for college admissions, and give them some advice on how to perform their best on those tests.
My mom, she was an immigrant 16 years ago. My dad as well. My dad finished college in Mexico, and my mom finished until junior high.
I want to help him to get information for the college, for every university or college, because we want him to go to college.
We're here to recruit high school students and encourage them to pursue a higher education. So I'm a student specialist, and normally I help students to get through college and help them with SATs, applications, financial aid.
Why do you want me to go to college?
Because it will make a difference in your future. It will make a difference in all your life.
To stay on track to college, counselors advise being involved in extracurricular activities and taking challenging core academic subjects, since most colleges require 4 years of English, 3 years of social studies, science, and math.
I want to go to UCSD or USC. And they have a mechanical and aerospace engineering department, which is what I want to go into. But if Stanford were to come along and go, hey, Becky, you want to come into our school, we'll take you, then it'd be like, woohoo, I'd completely go.
Make sure to investigate scholarships early and how you're going to pay for that invaluable education.
Passing gas around infants can be deadly. Passing gas releases a toxic fog of ammonia and hydrogen cyanide, which can be especially harmful on an infant's developing lungs. Passing gas can even contribute to sudden infant death syndrome. Kids shouldn't be exposed to secondhand smoke. Don't pass gas, take it outside.
Don't walk. Don't walk. Walk. Do not enter. Hot dogs. Definitely like hot dogs. Motorcycle club. Everything must go. Ghostly ghouls. Don't look at that, Teddy. Body piercing. Ouch.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
Next, we return with a follow-up to last week's story about the White House Conference on Hispanic Family Learning, which featured speakers and panel discussions about resources that are available to help parents and students here in Santa Ana.
You heard last week about the White House initiative on educational excellence for Hispanic Americans. But did you know there are over 9 million Hispanic family households in America, of which nearly 6 million have children under the age of 18. That means school-aged children. There continues to be a knowledge gap among these families about the options available to them regarding higher education. Ruben Martinez says reading, learning to love words, can close that knowledge gap.
Well, I've always told parents that the children will use the words, the language that they hear around the house. That's 50% of the words, only half of the words that they would read if they had a book. So when you read books, you read probably 50% more words that the kids have never used before. So reading at home builds the vocabulary, okay? The more words a child listens or hears, the more words he will be using. So that is very important. So words, they talk, and they take you places, and they make you understand what the issue is, what the situation is. And that's why I like, words are music to my heart. okay, and they've taught me almost everything that I know besides my teachers, okay, in grade school and in high school. So reading to me has always been very important. I might add, though, that my readings from the ages of 8 to 12, I used to read about other countries in this world. Now as an adult, I have visited 75% of these countries, okay? And that is because deep down inside my heart, it was a goal, a dream, that that's what I wanted to do. Travel, go to Germany, go to Turkey, go to Argentina, go climb the Eiffel Tower, go to the Empire State, go to Mexico City. All these countries I have visited, and one of my goals is to visit every state in the Union, and I got 2 to go.
Jane Russo is the superintendent of the Santa Ana Unified School District, the 5th largest in California.
A typical Santa Ana Unified School District student enters our school from Mexico speaking Spanish and very little or no English, and they bring with them a rich and strong cultural and family structure. They may live in a multiple family home, since it now takes 4 minimum wage salaries to pay the rent on a 2-bedroom apartment in Orange County. In general, instruction and exposure to English is limited to the school day, since on television, radio, and newspapers, and in markets and in the community, communication may be exclusively in Spanish. So the only opportunity to practice English skills is at school. The city of Santa Ana has been named the youngest city in the USA for its large population under the age of 25. 50% of the adults 25 and over, our parents, have less than a high school education. And enormous financial challenges often require both parents to work, sometimes 2 jobs each. Often older siblings have primary responsibility for child care. In the Santa Ana Unified School District, we are experiencing a substantial decline in our enrollment. From 1998 to 2000, our student population grew by 1,500, and in the past 3 years, our enrollment declined by 3,500. Yet the number of students entering our school system with a native language other than English has doubled in the past year, from 355 last July to 670 this July, and increases each month. In speaking with an English language development teacher at Century High School, which is just a few blocks away from here, he shared with me that he has a newly enrolled 15-year-old young lady in his beginning English language development class. His concern is that she has had no educational background and actually does not know how to write her name. He has already contacted her parents and is committed to work with her and other students in need after school. Will she make amazing strides in the next 3 years of school? Definitely. Will she pass the California High School exit exam this year? Probably not, but who knows? Will her low test scores contribute to the program improvement status of the school? Probably. However, this young lady and the others in such situations are exactly why we choose to work in this community.
Many times our families believe that college is inaccessible due to the cost, and so it's very important that we let them know that there are many possibilities as a result of our partnerships in the community, through Santa Ana College, through Cal State Fullerton, through UCI, that will guarantee their children access to college and help support them in their success.
The U.S. Department of Education is the single largest source of funding to help pay for college in this country. Last year we provided over $80 billion in aid, and the aid comes in the form of grant money, college work study, and loan money. We know that low-income families often don't know about federal aid. They're totally unaware it exists, and they may make decisions very early in the family that the student should not even plan to go to college because they don't have any money. And this is because they don't know that federal aid exists. So one of the things that we do in the department is we try to go out and meet with community groups, with counselors, with state officials, to try to disseminate information about federal student aid.
Our budget just for this county is over $5.2 billion. That's every year. That's what the taxpayers invest in K-12 education in this county, $5.2 billion. For that kind of an investment, you should expect a good return on your investment. And you know, we hear this all across the country that our schools are not doing well. Part of the problem we have here in Orange County, when you turn on the television, we see the Los Angeles point of view. Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 11. The only time they show Orange County is if we do something wrong. That's right. And we don't do anything wrong, so we never make the television. But it's hard. It's hard for us to get the word out. And so it's so important that we have community members like you and our educators from the community colleges and other organizations that can help us make a difference. We can take dreams and turn them into reality for the children that we serve. And you know, we have, as Jane pointed out, many of you could listen to that story of the number of kids they have, the number of limited English speaking. And in this county we have 160,000 kids who are not fluent in English language. But every day they're making progress. And you could listen to that story of 4 families living in one household to be able to make the payments and say, why don't you just give up? We will never give up. Those children have a wonderful future in this county. Why? Because of you. Because of the work and the support that we get from members in the community, from our school districts and others who step up all the time to help us make a difference.
The White House initiative recommends setting higher expectations for Hispanic children and for parents to read to your children daily. It takes a coordinated effort to move America's Hispanic kids from risk to opportunity.
The California Parent Center and the San Diego University Research Foundation are presenting a leadership development conference for family, school, and community partnerships on October 19th and 20th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Riverside Convention Center in Riverside. The conference is titled Using Parent Involvement to Increase Student Success and Academic Achievement. It's designed for parents and parent leaders and will cover topics such as using successful partnership strategies at elementary, middle, and high school levels to increase student achievement and identifying the strengths of your culturally and linguistically diverse school community to build a welcoming school climate. For more information about this conference, call 1-877-9-PARENT. There will be an educational bicycle and pedestrian rodeo on Saturday, October 14th at McFadden Intermediate School, brought to you by the Santa Ana School Police, Santa Ana Unified School District, and Safe Moves. You can bring your own bike or borrow one at the rodeo so you can learn how to walk and ride safely. As part of a partnership with the Futures Channel, we now provide viewers with interesting videos that connect math, arts, science, and technology concepts with real-world careers. We'll be showing mini programs from the Futures Channel right after this edition of Education First, so stay tuned. Also on Channel 31 this week at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m., except for Tuesday evening during the board meeting, we'll be showing Help Me Grow, produced by SAUSD-TV with funding from the Orange County Children and Families Commission. This program will be presented in English and Spanish, and it's about how parents can learn more about healthy ways to help their children learn and grow. This week's episode is about play, a child's work. We'd like to hear from you, so if you have good news about your Santa Ana school, please call us at 480-5374 or email us at our new email address. It's much shorter, channel31@sausd.us. This fall, we'll be looking for students who want to do book reports here on Education First, so start looking for good books to tell your friends about. That's our news for today. Thank you for watching, and if you see something you like on our show, please tell a friend. I'm Jeff Gothard for Education First, Santa Ana's only educational news and public information program here on Channel 31.